Hi, thank you for coming to the Forensic and Criminal Investigations course taster. My name is Russ Williams. I'm the course lead and tutor. The other lecturer on the course is Mike Ball, and our fabulous lab technician is Ollie Beasley. You will see, hopefully, my email address, russwilliams@swindon.ac.uk. So if you have any questions, queries, or comments about the course, then please just drop me a line and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So the purpose of this very short presentation is really to give yourself an idea about what we teach on the course. The course is divided into two elements: a scientific element, a forensic scientific element, which is undertaken by Mike Ball, and a more forensic and forensic criminal investigation side, which is undertaken by myself. And this short presentation is really covering a couple of the units we delivered, which is applied criminal and forensic psychology and criminal investigations in practice. And these relate to a historic case study, which was fairly local to Swindon. And I'm hoping as we go through the slides, you will identify this notorious couple from the clues that I've provided. There's a bit of a hint on some of the slides. So serial killers, the psychology behind the acts, is delivered during the second year of this 2-year BTEC extended diploma. So we do try to understand in the simplest terms, because this is an introductory level into psychology about why some crimes are committed. So welcome to the big quiz, and hopefully we will just have a look through this and see how you get on and whether you can identify the names of these killers. So can you guess the year from the clues? Does this year trigger any thoughts? So Life on Mars, a famous TV program set in 1973. The dates, the significance of 1973 may start to twig a little, a few grey cells in your mind as to trying to identify what happened in 1973. So this is one of the victims. I won't give you her name because I think that might make it too easier for you, but I'll give you some clues. She was studying English at Exeter University. She was a very clever young girl, and she was of the age of about 19 when she went missing, and it was sometime after that that her remains were found. So there's a little bit more of a cue. So this is how the street looks now. Where you can see that gap, that was once a house. And following the investigation, the councils decided that it would be improper to allow the house to stand. So it was knocked down, completely knocked down, and a pathway, as you can see, was put through. The site had many deposition sites within it. So if you want to have a little bit of a research into the term deposition site, it's something that we certainly discuss during the course, and it may give you a little bit more help in trying to identify who these serial killers were. Oh, and here I am. So this is me, albeit at a very younger and tender age. However, I was part of the major investigation team throughout this 2-year investigation. I had some pivotal roles in the investigation. And this allows me to use my knowledge and understanding and to provide you with more information that you would get from textbooks or TV programs about this infamous couple. And it allows me to bring you insights into terms such as mens rea and actus rea. Again, if you want to have a little bit of research, have a look at what these two terms mean. That's mens rea and actus rea. They are quite simple terms, but they do make sense. And this is me in the incident room. The incident room is the major investigation room where the investigation is controlled, and you could see me meeting His Royal Highness Prince Charles in the room, and this was back in the day. And this is one couple, one part of the couple, I should add, who were responsible for these grisly murders. This was taken of the young lady when she was about 17. And as you can see, she looks quite sweet and innocent, and there was no indication there about what actually was to come. Have you identified them yet? And this is the picture of the house as it was in 1994. And as you can see, it was a very small house with an extended garden at the back. There's a policeman there guarding the house. He's known as a logist. These are two terms that we explore in forensic investigations. And if you can just see above the policeman's head, there's a sign there which really would be an excellent clue for you identifying what this is about. And this is inside the house, showing the deposition sites. You can see some of the names of the victims involved. This picture was actually used in the court case. And you can see and hopefully count how many bodies were actually found. Have a go, see how many you can count. And here are the victims, or at least 10 of the victims that we know of. And we will discuss these victims. We will discuss the offences that have been committed. We will discuss the investigation, and we discuss the psychology behind the acts. And we would also touch on the criminology about why people commit crime. For these two couples, or these two people, you may want to ask yourself, are you born bad? Or is there and are you born bad and there's a bad gene, or are you made bad? Finally, 25 Cromwell Street. This is an infamous sign that appeared on many of the news outlets and media at the time. You should hopefully understand what investigation I'm talking about, and hopefully identify the names of the killers. Do you want to have go now before I reveal them on the next slide? Well, here they are. Fred and Rose West, both arrested and charged with the murders of their children and family members. Fred hung himself in HMP Birmingham on the 1st of January 1995 whilst on remand. He never stood trial. Rose stood trial later that year and was convicted unanimously of 10 murders, and she currently remains in prison. This is Fred's confession note. This is the note that was handed to the superintendent in charge of the investigation, a gentleman by the name of John Bennett. And if you can read it, you can see how he's admits to killing approximately 9 other people, and he names some of them. But you know, this is the actual photograph of the note that was written and signed by Fred, presented to his solicitor, and then was presented to the investigation team, of which I was part. So, to conclude, this case study, along with others, are used throughout the programme to provide a framework of understanding and support the units. I mentioned at the beginning, specifically, the units were criminal investigation procedures in practice and applied forensic criminal psychology. But there are many other units that are taught, and I've included on here a link to the Pearson syllabus. When you click on that link and you get taken to a page, there's a drop-down box where you can change the syllabus from diploma to extended diploma. Please make sure you have extended diploma revealed before you have a look at the syllabus, and you'll see all the units in there that are taught over the 2 years, and with a little bit of information about each of them. But on top of that, I'd just like to re-emphasize how both Mike and I are able to bring our own experience to you, and I think that makes learning a lot easier and more importantly, enjoyable. So if you want to do any further research, a word of warning, there are many programs out there regarding forensic and criminal investigation, and some of them, quite frankly, are rubbish. So be very careful what you watch, and also be careful what you believe. But I've included a link to a YouTube video, which is, I think, it's about 45 minutes. Forensic Squad, Too Young to Die. Have a look at that, and it really does encapsulate some of the areas that we actually deliver and discuss on the criminal and forensic investigation course here at New College Swindon. I hope this has answered some of your questions. If not, as I said at the beginning, please email me. My email is on this slide. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you would have a few more videos to watch. And again, if there's any questions, just please email. Thank you very much. I really hope you enjoyed this very short presentation about what we can offer. Cheers now. Bye-bye.